I'm live. Good morning, everyone. How are you this morning? Before I start, I just wanted to apologise for my Bluetooth at the end of the last session and to thank those of you who got in contact to check that the nosebleed was okay. Yeah, it didn't last long, so hopefully I have tissues today just in case it happens again. It probably won't, but just in case. So let's get started. So today we're going to really focus on this moving the lymph. It's so important to keep our lymph moving, and this will just bring that health to the system. And it's similar to what we've been doing, but there's just a few new little tweaks to the practice to really aim on waking up the lymphatic flow. So shall we get started? Thank you, Natalia. So she laughed her head off. I'm hoping that most people found it quite amusing rather than offensive. Keeping it real. So welcome to those. Yeah, make some notes. Give me some. Let me know you're here. This is different from Facebook because I don't know who's here. So it'd be great to hear who's joining me this morning. I've got Natalia and Sharon. It's lovely to have you. So please let us know. Let us know who's with me today. Okay, let's get going. So come to standing, and then what we're going to do is lift the arms up. So we start by waking up the system. So really push up through the heels of your hands. You can just see from here. Hi, Alex. Nice to have you. So push up. Keep breathing. Tune in, keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. Oh, I think Annie's there as well. Hi, Annie. Great. And then we're going to open that out, reach out through the heels of the hands. So really press. The idea is to really press. Pull the fingertips back. I'm hoping Nicole is with us as well this morning. Lynn is with us. Great. Lovely to have you. And then you're going to turn the hands down and we're going to push through the backs of the hands. Keep your breath even. So this is kind of waking up the nerve system. Start to wiggle the fingers as you're in this position. Keep the eyes wide open, so this sense of really waking up the system. And then we're going to go back up again. So we go back up again, and I want you to wiggle your fingers as you reach up. As you do this, try not to arch the back, draw the rib cage in, sink down, but just really reach up through the arms. Keep wiggling through the fingers. Keep wiggling, and then one last time, bring it all the way down, and again, wiggle through the fingers, palms turned up, take the palms down, and again, wiggle through the fingers. This is a great way to wake up that system. Keep the eyes open, keep the eyes open. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, breathe down the arms. And again, take a breath in. Exhale, breathe down through the arms. Good. And then release the arms gently down and relax. Just tune in. Notice how that feels. Great. And then come to circle through the wrists. So we circle through the wrists. So what we're working on is just opening up the joints, freeing up any stagnant energy, and go the opposite way. So we work all the way around, and then we come into the elbows and we start to move the elbows. So we always start the same way. So this is that thing of just opening up and warming up the joints before we get more into the lymphatic stimulation. But this will all be working in as well. Great. And then we're going to go one shoulder. So what I want you to do is you're just going to lift one arm up, take it back in a circle. If this feels uncomfortable for your shoulder, you can do hand on the shoulder. So you can start with it like this, or if you can, just slowly start to take the arm back. So what I look to do is try not to get too much rotation. You want the rib cage to stay pretty still. So you can start slowly, find what feels right for you, then you're going to go back the other way. So we bring it over. Good, and then back again. And then the other way. Great, and then you're going to turn. Do that shake out. You feel that what happens is there's that little bit of tension that comes up in the neck and shoulder, and we'll go the other way. So we go slow, take the arm back. You can also do this where we do it with the elbow and roll it round, but find what feels comfortable. And you want to try and keep that rib cage pretty still. Go to a speed that feels comfortable for you. And then come back forward. Keep your breath, keep your eyes open. Go back again. And then go forward again. And then come back to the center. Great. And then we're going to swing the arms. So we're going to swing the arms. Keep your feet down on the floor. And you're going to swing the arms and look up over your shoulder. So we get that little momentum. So we bounce down through the legs. Get that sense of bouncing through. So we release up. Bring the arms up and down. Woo! Just release the breath every now and again. So we just take a deep breath in and breathe out through the mouth. So we just release. And then we come back. And then this is a little technical one for you. So just bring it across the front. Just do little swings. Bend the elbows. And then flick your fingers at the top. So flick your fingers at the top. And then bring the arms up a bit higher. Flick the fingers. So this is a great one. It's a bit, I've just seen myself in the camera and it looks a little bit like Michael Jackson. Thriller, yeah? So you flick it out. Flick out the fingers and then bring your arms back down again. Okay, and so from here what we're going to do, figures of about 8. So you're going to bring the arms over, then the arms go over. Arms go over, arms go over. Arms go over, arms go over. And then we start to find a flow with that movement. You can do it little, like this, if the shoulders are feeling a little bit picky this morning, or you can go big. Keep the hips quite steady. We're working into the arms. And then we're going to go do it reverse. So then we're going to take it back so it looks like this. So we're going that way, that way. So we reverse the figure of 8. A little bit of brain food this morning. Friday morning brain food. So we start to, and I have no idea what you're all doing there. This normally tends to bring up lots of just arm waving around. Whatever you're doing is fine. And then come back to the center. Just come down, slow, 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 and then back. And then just settle yourself. Come in and notice. And we're just going to work with the neck. So turn your head to the left. Take it down in a half circle. Take it to the right. And as you take it over, open the mouth. Good. Just do that 2 more times. Open the mouth as you go over. And then 1 more time, keep the mouth closed. Great, come all the way to the center. Then we're going to go the opposite way. So we go to the right shoulder first, then bring it up and over. Up and over, mouth open. And then the last one, mouth closed. Great. And then we've done this. So what we're going to do is just, see we've done the move of the neck and we've opened up that. What I want you to do is just take the fingertips down. It doesn't matter which side you work. You're going to start from just behind the ear and you're just going to brush down the side. So we're just going to flick down all the way through, just another 2 times. So we do it about 8 times. Good. Then go to the other side, do 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then go through the center, come down from the bottom of the chin, all the way down the center. So we take a breath in and then work with our breath naturally. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then under the arms, so we go 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. And then come into rotations. So we rotate now. Keep both heels on the ground. Both heels on the ground. So we swing from one side to the other. Just let your arms be as dead weight as they can. You may already start to feel kind of energy flowing in the chest area, around the abdomen. You may already start to feel that heat building up. So we're definitely starting to move everything through the lymph system. So we work, keep moving. Then we take it out a little further, so we reach across the upper back. Reach across, so this lovely momentum. So my heel's coming up, so I can tell that fascial, I can't remember the name of the line now. Anyway, one of the fascial lines is tight for sure. So you reach across and then drop your head and look down. So you reach out with the elbow. So you want to feel that opening up through the whole of the back. Keep breathing. Don't hold the breath at all. And then come back to the center. Bring the arms back up. And then this time bring your feet together and just rotate on the axis. So keep your gaze forward and just allow the arms to swing from one side to the other. So you're rotating in the center. So we hold through here. And then we come back to the center. Just let the arms slowly come down, come back to the center, and then take your feet wider. Tune in. Notice if you can feel tingling, like a sense of aliveness in the chest and the shoulder and around the back from doing those rotations. And now we're going to come into the hips. So you're going to slowly rotate one hip, rotate the other hip. So we're going to take it around. Let your arms be relaxed as you work through the hips. So what I haven't done is the waist yet, but I wanted to warm up the hips first so that we just get a little more movement in those hips as we do the rotations. And then come back to the center, and now hands onto the back. So we're going to hold onto the sacrum and then legs straight and slowly circle around. So what I want you to do here is think about the inner elbows moving towards each other. So rather than being out to the side like this, sense that the inner elbows are moving towards each other. So we work around, and this will give you a little opening across the chest and shoulders as well. And then go the opposite direction. Tune into the breath. Great. Warm up this waist area. We get a lot of stagnant energy in the abdominal area. So now go through circling. So this is where I want you to really work into the belly. So there's this really, see if you can get sort of this opening and closing with the belly. So you're really starting to almost compress and release, compress and release. Go the other way, compress and release. So although we're working the hips, we're starting to warm up through the abdomen. So we get this lovely little move into the abdomen. Good. And then what we're going to do is do some pelvic tilts. So you're going to inhale, and as you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, close the angle of the rib and the hip. Then you're going to inhale, straighten it up, not stick it out. You're just going to straighten up, and you're going to exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Sense that you're compressing, then inhaling, opening, exhaling, compressing, inhaling, lifting and opening. One more time. Exhale, compressing, and then lifting and opening, and then flushing that through. So then we're just flushing it through. Go down from the central channel, just from the heart all the way through the belly, down through the pubic area, down the sides. Great. And then across the back and down. Great. So the one, and then come to work with the knees. So feet wide, bring the knees together, and then all you're going to do is just do tiny little circles. You don't want to put too much pressure on the knee joints. Just do tiny little circles. Go the opposite direction. And back again. Just a couple, and see how that's working through the ankles and then through the opposite side. Great, then come back to standing, and now slowly circle around the ankle. So you're going over the ball of the foot, bring up through the foot. So we start to really work up through the foot, and then go the other way, work through, work through, work through. And then you're going to tuck the toe under and bring the heel right up and push into the ball of the foot, so that you feel that you're opening up through the toes and the sole of the foot. And then you change and bring the top of the foot down. And then what you want to do is sense that you're dragging that foot along the mat to bring it forward. So you want to feel that through the front of your ankle and your shin. And then relax that, give it a little shake, give it a little shake, and then go to the opposite side. So we tuck the toe under. It's like you've got super high heels on. Press down through the ball of the foot. Let your hips come forward slightly as you push down through the base of that big toe. And you're going to release that, then come to the front of the foot, and then sense that you're dragging the front of the foot along the mat, so you feel that opening coming through the front of your foot and your ankle. If you get cramp while you're doing this, just press your index finger just on the fulcrum below the nose on the top lip, and that will help release that. I learned that from a Buddhist monk. And then slowly release that. Give it a little shake. Release it through, and then just start to come to banging the heels. So we just start to bang the heels, banging through the heels. Get the energy awake on the heels of the feet. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come into the shaking now. So we're going to work with the shaking. So we start with one hand, so shake it through. Oh, release a breath out through. So just do that like that. Oh, release all the way. So what we're doing is we're shaking the muscle away from the bone. You're getting that sense of wobble as much as you can. Oh, get into the shoulder, release it down, pump it up. This is a great one for the lymph, yeah? Because you've got all the lymph nodes that sit underneath the armpit, but also underneath the clavicle, around the neck. So we just sense this, and you can give it a little brush as well as you're doing this, and then come to the other side. And you'll feel that as soon as you do that, there's this final buzz of energy. And that's what we're working with here. We're trying to stimulate that, the lymph, and then you feel like the blood rushing, movement in the system. And that's what we're looking for. Good. Oh, into the shoulder. Oh, release it through. Shake off that sleepy dust, the fuzz, the fascial fuzz from the night before. Any dreams you've had, shaking it out. And then coming up to the shoulders, release. And then we're just going to do this. This is a lovely one. So the hands come up, so we shake them. Keep the elbows high. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath. If your shoulders are feeling a bit picky, then bring it down a little. Same thing. And then you're going to turn to one side, and you're going to look to one side, and you're going to look over, and you're going to shake it out over there. And then you're going to come back to the center, and then you're going to shake it out over to the opposite side. Woo! Release it out, and then you're going to come back to the center, drop the arms down, tune in. And then what I want you to do is to make a Vajra fist. So the thumb comes in line with the fourth finger, and you close down over the thumb. You bring your hands into the center. We're going to inhale and sense you're drawing in you're tuning into any of that tension that you've got in your body. And then we're going to go, look up towards the ceiling, spread the fingers, so it's like this. As you release that tension that's hanging on into the body. So here we go. So Vajra fist, bring it in. Inhale, sense all that tension in the body. Breathe out. And then come down. Then come back into shaking again. So this time we're going to get the face and head in, so we start to stimulate through the neck. So I want you to, I can't see your faces, but here we go. So you're going to go, okay? Oh, here we go. So we're going to do that again. Take a breath in. Then come into Vajra fist, take a breath in, take a breath out, sense all that tension in your body. And then you're going to inhale, and on an exhale, release. And then come back to the center, and then just start to wiggle through the hips. So we bend and straighten, one at a time, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. So we go slow, let your head relax, let your eyes be slightly soft here, because it's quite difficult to keep your eyes wide open with this. So just keep your eyes soft and focus on releasing tension in the neck, the shoulders, the arms, through the hips, through the legs, the heels stay flat onto the floor. Oh, and then we're going to start to speed that up. So start to speed that up. Go as fast as you can, all the way up. So you get into the buttocks, all the way through the waist, into the shoulders, into the face, really moving and working out through that body. Sense that you're awakening every single cell in the body, jiggling around, enlivening it to be perky for the rest of the day. And then come down into the legs, do one little dance with the hip. So we just tap out through the heel. And then we go to the opposite side, tap out through the heel. So we release all the way through the hip and the joint. Great. And then once again, just come into that shape. So you want to sense that like whole bucket of water. So we go inhale. And release it all the way through the body. And again, take a breath in. And then come to the standing. Just shake out. Sense anything that needs to move a little bit more through the legs, I think. So just work through the legs. Give it a shake. If you need to hold on to something, hold on to something. Flick it out. And then just swing it from sort of diagonally across your body. Swing it across diagonally across the body. Let your arms be a little bit free so you can just open out through the joint. Enjoy the wobbliness that comes with this. And then you can do forward and back. So we can go forward and back. Share that. Forward and back. Forward and back. Hold on to a wall or a chair if your balance is feeling a little bit crazy this morning, and then come to the opposite side. So shake out. Right into the leg. Feel it coming right up into the hip joint, all the way through. Release it, and then you're going to come through that lovely, kicking it across almost like a football. Let your arms swing to all over the place just to keep that balance. Keep breathing in through the nose. You can breathe out through the mouth, but breathe in through the nose. And then go forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Balance is a little fruity. I'm going to hold the wall. Work it through. Release through the body. And then come back, little shake, come back to the center. And then once again, turn your attention into the internal landscape. Notice how it's feeling. So we're going to work with the lymph again. We've done this one before. So you're going to inhale. We circle the wrists one way. As we get up to the top, you do 5 starbursts with the fingers. Then we exhale through the mouth, circling the opposite direction. Yeah, we're going to do that 3 times. Here we go. Inhaling slowly. As you get to the top, 5 starbursts. Pause the breath. Then exhale. Inhale. 5 starbursts. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Open the eyes wide. Starbursts. Then exhale. Shake out the arms and the hands. And then we're going to do the inhale. We're going to do, 6 Bastricas, which we worked with on Wednesday. And then we're going to do this 3 times, this 3 times, this 3 times, all on a paused breath. If you need to breathe, breathe, yeah? Okay, so 6 Bastricas to the chest. Here we go. Lifting the shoulders, because again, we're working with the lymph. So we... Inhale together. Exhale together. Pause the breath. Here we go, 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands down through the sternocleidomastoid. These ones here, we're going to wash it down. Wash it down. Wash it down, flick it down, and then the back, through 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 the back. And then shake it out. So knowing that the lymph can, when it's not flowing, can create a lot of congestion and then cause dis-ease. It's the most understated form of practice to wake up our lymphatic system. Really should be done every day. Here we go, we're going to do that same thing again. So we'll do 6 Bhastricas and then that lovely flushing through. Here we go, so 6. Take a breath in together, a breath out together, to the chest, pause the breath, here we go, 3. Exhale, bring the hands to the sternocleidomastoid, backs of the hands. Do 8 times, under the arms, and the back 8 times, and then shake it out, shake it out. And then just come to working through the hands, tapping out through the hands, and stamp the feet. So stamp the feet, walk around, so we're getting those energy channels in the hands, and through the feet. Get a little dance. And then come back to the center. Tune in once again. Get a sense of what you can feel. How does the body feel? How does the mind feel? Okay, so now keeping the eyes wide open for this, tapping out the body. So here we go. So you're going to go up the inside, over the top of the shoulder, down the back of the arm, and then what I want you to do at the end of this is turn the palm up, slap it. Then bring the arm up, down through the rib cage, up, all around this lovely area around the armpit, all the way around, down the side. Great, then come up the other side. So we come up the inside, over the outside, get to the end, little slap. And then under the arm, around the armpit, over the back of the shoulder, tap around the neck very lightly, tap around the neck. You just want to be a bit careful with this one. Tap around the neck, base of the skull, occipital ridge, back of the head. My mum and sister said I sounded like a school teacher at times. Over the top of the head. This is when my nose started bleeding on Wednesday. Around the eyes, so gently around the eyes, over the cheeks. Keep the eyes wide open, through the jaw, and then brush it through the throat. So we've worked a little bit with the sternocleidomastoid, which is all this area, all through the clavicles. Now just brush down through the clavicles. And then come to tapping the clavicles, just underneath. Back of the shoulders, back of the neck, tap it out. You want to try and get down quite low, so hold one elbow, tap around the top of the shoulders, then come across the chest, inside the sternum, front of the rib cage, sides, through the abdomen, through the back, flick it up, see if you can get how far you can get up here. Through the back, down the outside edges of the legs, round the buttocks, and take yourself down the outside edges of the legs. Down the outside edges of the legs, over the tops of the feet, up the inside edges, especially through the inner groins, all the way. And then here, just tap over the inguinal groove. And this is where we, again, have a lot of lymphatic flow. So just here, just tap backwards and forwards, and bend. So we start to sit into it. So we're working, pumping. Great, and then I want you to flick it down through the inner groins. So you just flick down through the inner groins, flick it down. We're going to do it 16 times, keep going. And then kick out the leg 3 times, kick out the leg 3 times. Great, and then give yourself a little shake. Great, come back, shake through the leg, and we're going to do that one more time. So you're going to tap through the inner groins, lightly, doesn't really have to be heavy, and then we're going to bend into the inner groins, bend into the inner groins. Get that sense of opening out, closing, and opening, and then from here, down, 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 down. Flick it down through the inner groin, in the inguinal groove, shall I say. And then just shake out. Again, we'll do 3 on this side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Come back to the center and then just bounce out through the heels. So we're just going to lift the heels up. Lift the heels up so that you're bouncing on the spot. Get that little vibration all the way through the heels, through the body. Relax through the jaw. Keep the eyes wide open. And then we're going to give ourselves a little wash down. That sense of washing through the body. So you're going to open across the face, wash across the forehead, through the cheeks, through the eyes. Keep the eyes wide open through the jaw. Flick through the jaw, through the back of the head. Flick down through the back of the head. Give your head a little scrub. Give it a scrub. Move the scalp around. Open out. Get a good handle in there. Open out through the sides of the face. Give a little rub at the front of the ears and a rub at the back of the ears. And then brush down the arms, brush down the arms. Keep the eyes wide open, eyes wide open. Woof! Through the chest and the chest, flick down. We've been working with this a lot. Get through the neck, get it down, through the sides of the body, through the back of the body, down the legs. Flush it down the legs, all the way down the fronts, the sides, the backs, all the way through. Come back to the center. Have your feet hip width apart. And now settle the energy. So we tune into the breath. Anchor your sitting bones down to your heels. Keep the chin drawn in, the back of the neck long, shoulders away from the ears. Keep the eyes wide open, but feel all of your attention and intention with your feet. So we feel the contact of our feet with the ground. And then we close the practice with the arm movement. So we're going to inhale, rotate the arms back, open out the chest, look up slightly. As you exhale, bird's beak, bring it back in, look down. As you inhale, bring the arms all the way up so that the fingertips come together. And then you exhale. And as you exhale, sink all of your attention, your energy, this sense of being connected with the earth, down towards your feet. Pause the breath. And we do that again. Inhale. Eyes wide open. As you exhale, bird's beak, bring it back in. And as you bring it back in, ground your energy and your attention to your feet. Then as you inhale, keep 50% of your attention with your feet. Bring the arms past the body till they come up to the top, and then you exhale. Feel the hands dropping that energy in towards the feet. Keep a smile. Really sense this connection. So we inhale. Last time. Exhale, bring a bird's beak, bring it back in. We inhale, bring the arms past the body. Arms high. Then we exhale, sink. Sense your feet. Sense your attention dropping through the body and to the feet. At the end of your exhale, pause the breath. Come to standing. Get a sense of your body. Notice how your mind feels. Notice how your body feels. Does it feel different from when you started the practice? So allow a smile to come across your lips, even if you're not feeling like you want to smile. Bring a smile to the lips and let that smile come into your eyes. There's a lovely one, if you put a pencil in your mouth, that'll help you smile. So keep that smile, bring your left hand over your physical heart and your right hand just over the top. Bow the head. Sense smiling into your heart. So there's this connection with this time that you spent opening up your energy channels, releasing stagnant energy, moving lymph, looking after the health of your body, the health of your energy and your spirit. So thank yourself. Allow that smile to come across your eyes and your mouth, and then repeating the words over and over again in the mind. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this body. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this life. Thank you for the love that is in this room right now, sharing it all with you. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. And so thank you for joining me Friday morning, and I will hopefully see you all, or I'll be here at 8 o'clock on Monday morning. And I hope that you will all be here, and I shall now end the stream properly. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, Nesh, Layla, nice to meet you. Imi, Nicole, lovely. Katie, thank you for joining. See you again. Big love.